Alright, we now return for part 4 of Nacht Ein. Wow. Moving on from that. That's some good start to the commentary there. I just went like the first 30 seconds or so, and the only thing I said was a completely botched sentence. And this is why I don't have that many subscribers, folks. We're having these Sonic 06 loading screens, I see. Just so awkwardly long that you can begin to feel just how long they were. Oh, Dusty Angel starts in last again. Shadow and Burn are the front row, so if Burn doesn't win this race, I'll be awfully disappointed in him. Good joke, Bernie. Don't hesitate. And now I should easily have it. He gets on a straightaway uncontested, and he'll just blow past anybody in this field, even Dusty Angel. So I just... And there's a giant cluster behind this guy. 6 needles is a lot of damage. I'm not sure what the heck happened there. What am I looking at? Oh my god. I mean, no, it doesn't help Dusty Angel, but it also doesn't help Twinmel get ahead of Dusty Angel because he's not doing any better right now. And the Henchman just construct a wall. Yeah, Burn is a bit gone now. Oh, there's a lot of cars right here. As if they were racing or something, genius. Rejection would rather, of course, stay ahead. Surprisingly, that Rejection's car is actually faster in a straight line than Dusty. I thought they'd be dead even, maybe even advantage Dusty, but nope. been this mouse that's been living in like the top area of the basement of the house I live in for like close to a year now, I swear. I put down like a handful of traps to try and, well, trap it. That's what traps usually are supposed to do. But A, I have no idea where they are, and B, wherever they are doing nothing. And Dusty's already in 6th, even though Miller is just breaking into the points-giving positions. And honestly, I don't know how much higher he can really get even from here. It's harder for me to talk a bunch because I did a lot of my talking today, and I was in like a big event earlier tonight, and with 10 of us on Discord, you tend to wear out your desire to talk pretty quickly. Twinmill damaged himself. Did you hit Alex or something? Seems like the Twinmill would do that. Then again, it seemed weird at the time that Govner would be hitting people, but here we are. So, Shadow has better speed and acceleration, but because he's four-wheel drive, he also has a lot of some bad cornering properties, which is why Govner is still there. Alex and Chinmiller are still just stuck behind Revenge. At some point, they're just gonna end up catching Absence as well here. Things really changing in the back segment of the grid right now. And Burn now has 2 laps to go. I think this game honestly puts me to sleep sometimes because I wasn't really drowsy when I was watching YouTube beforehand, but as soon as I started, I got a little bit drowsy and I feel like if I rest my head on the side of my chair, I'll probably just pull a Silverstone 67 again and just take a nap right here on the chair. It's not a couch. It's a love seat, probably, actually. Revenge taking from Danny. I don't know if I actually explained what the origin of that was. I know I explained that was the idea, but... Alright, Twinmill? Calm down. It was more or less just that, like, they were clones. Not, enslaved ones or just references. There is an actual reason why they're named that. They're just the clones of the original ones that are, like... Think of something like the... I guess like the light that's from down the lane or something. Or just like the inverse, or the dark versions, or like I said, of them. Like Shadow to, like, Revenge is like the Shadow to Danny's Sonic. As Dusty's probably going to get second place, which is blasphemous in every single right at this point, but at the same time also not at all surprised because he's been doing this in literally every race now. The game will start him in last, thinking he'll stay there, then lo and behold, some laps later he's up in second, third place. Alex and Revenge keep fighting each other, and that's just blocking Twin Mill from getting around either one when the other one makes the other one mess up into a corner, out of a corner, or whatever. Twin Mill with the old car brakes right there. Rejection has passed for Burt, which surprises me a tiny bit. Absence, wow, there's a lot of absence here. Nothing's really happening in this, nothing really happened in this race for him. Like, the speed of Alex and Twin Mill are dead even. The problem is that Alex keeps catching Revenge. He won't be able to pay, he's unable to pass him, and he just blocks the track. Otherwise, Twin Mill would have been long around him by this point. So Dusty doesn't even come second, he doesn't manage to pass Shadow in time, and Burn will win the race by 16 seconds. That's the largest difference in the entire act so far, which is kind of impressive, if I'm honest, because, well, you've seen the other acts. Sometimes they've been indecisive. As in, like, you know, one person just, like, took the money and ran. Yes, I'll take the money and run. That's English. So because of that event, that result, however, Burn is tied with Dusty for the lead of points, with 5 races to go. Burn will have an advantage probably at the Monzas. They'll be dead even at Spa, but Imola will be where Dusty Angel will shine. As for Mugello, I have no idea. I feel like this one will come down to whichever of the 3 between those 2 or Twin Mill start in front. If Twin Mill starts ahead of Dusty, and he isn't like in like the bottom half, Twin Mill could win. If Burn is in the top half, top 5 or top 10 even, maybe a little lower, maybe a little lower number than that, but like top 7, top 8, Burn might be able to win. And if Dusty Angel is in the top 5 or is ahead of both those 2 cars, he will probably win. I want to say I might have mentioned this in the last episode, but I also feel like I was supposed to mention it along with the display case comments, but I think I got carried away with describing the display case. I forgot to mention this. Oh goodness. I recently discovered that you can use some screenshots you've taken on the PS4 to use as like a background for your PlayStation like home screen. And when it happened, at the time it happened, I took a screenshot of Falcon hitting that big bump and basically going up on 2 wheels for like 3 seconds. I took a screenshot of that, and there's just a wheeling Captain Falcon. That's now my background underneath all of the games and stuff that I have. Well, Dusty Angel has this race right in the bag. His only competition is arguably rejection, and that's not really that much competition. Especially given when Soupy Doo just sort of stops rejection from going literally anywhere. Govner, don't break. I don't think it as I'm rooting against Dusty, I'm rooting for an interesting battle in the points. And given where his opponent in the points has started, the only way for that battle to really continue is if Dusty Angel didn't also score many points. But as of now, he'll be 15 points ahead of Burn, and based on his current position, he will be 31 points ahead of Twin Mill. Almost effectively meaning Twin Mill would be out of the event. And after this race, probably a lot of the lower ranking drivers will probably be mathematically eliminated from the championship fight here. Because from here on, we only have 60 more points to score, and by the looks of it, Dusty Angel will have 102. Meaning, if Dusty didn't score more than 2 points, you would need to win 7 races in a row, and we do not have 7 races, so... yeah, if anybody ends this race and they do not have at least 42 points, they just simply cannot win. If I knew how to prevent myself from destroying their car completely, or putting them in a spot where they would stop moving after they got spun, I would send the snap out on Dusty again, just to delay them for a few seconds, not necessarily wreck their car completely, but just inconvenience them to where Alex and Rejection can get back and at least contest for a moment. All right, Alex. Saved it. Tugmo started 5th. 10th. How is he already in 5th? My word. Burn is moving, not nearly as fast as Twin Mill was, but he is moving up the field. Damage negation could be at least mostly on the cards by the looks of it. He just screams past Bedlam. That's that position basically fully confirmed. He's of course much faster than Swoopy-Doo, but he also has Revenge in the way. That's not Rejection. And you'll of course have 2/1 to pass both. But if Revenge is going to do stuff like that, that's going to be almost impossible to perform. Bedlam is taking the fight back. Alex just having an off day, I guess. I don't even know. Govner will now take a crack at Rejection. It's kind of the funny thing, though. I don't think there's been a race yet where one of the henchmen's won. They've gotten podiums and stuff, but I do not think they've won a race yet. So yeah, definitely Team Hot Wheels showing Carbon that he cannot just have his little black men do the dirty work for him. He'll have to challenge them himself if he wants to just, if he wants any hope of just stopping them from winning. Or whatever the goal really is. I don't really know at this point. I mean, they just defeat Carbon, but how exactly? Anyway, rear ends Alex again. Burn is clear of all of this traffic. Which is, of course, great news for him. However, being as far away from the next car as he is, I don't think he can get any higher than 6th. In a 5-lap race, he maybe could have enough time to get past like Twin Mill and or Alex, but I don't think he would get both, and he definitely won't be getting either one with just over 2 minutes left of racing to go. It seems I have chosen an improper vehicle for Dusty Angel, not as far as aesthetic, but as far as just what he can do. Govner apparently gave Rejection a bit of a tab at some point. The car has rear bumper damage. Tuna wants it, but can't have it. I about just like dozed off for a moment there, but I caught myself. My mind literally went, wait, why can't I see anything? Oh god! And then near my eyes again, because I'm not done recording yet. And this time I would absolutely not like to have to split it for no obvious reason. Govner unable to defeat the Henchman for 2nd place. Tuno unable to catch and pass Alex. Burn able to pass either one. Dusty Angel was a convincing victory. Basically half a straightaway back to Rejection, who will be the 2nd place car. A deficit of a whole 13.5 seconds. Yeah, that seems fine. Not to mention, there's also just a really big gap in between cars in the midfield, such as like with how far apart everybody from Burn to Burn, Bedlam, Revenge, and I know Vert was actually close to Revenge, so yeah, just Burn and Bedlam and Twin Mill are really far apart. It is now a 10-point lead between Dusty and 2nd place Burn. The 15 from there gets you to Twin Mill at 77, and Alex at 69, 8 more points away from there. And 33 away from the lead, but of course that's still mathematically possible. However, Bedlam, Shadow, Absence, Revenge, 16 Angels, Swoopy-Doo, and Tempest cannot win. Vert is the last remaining one that can, and while he's really good at comebacks, I don't think this one's quite on the cards. Sorry, Vert. Oh my god, awkward long loading times are awkward and long. There it is. Still good. Fuck. I think I hit cockpit camera rather. Yeah, just cockpit view. I didn't hit what's it called? I didn't actually hit start the race. As I said before, Byrne is the favorite to win this race, but starting from here, those odds are no longer so high. Also expecting to see some very good hits out of Govner, given the way he's been driving lately. I don't know if we'll see disastrous collisions, or if we'll just see a couple of accidental like taps going into the chicanes in the start of the lap, but I'll be very disappointed if we don't see something out of the Govner. There it is. Well, there's at least one thing. It seemed like Dusty knew it was coming, he just like switched lanes the last second. Angel seems to be letting his companions do most of the work. He's sort of sitting in the back and just not really caring all that much about how he does in the race. He's like pulling it so fast right now. Govner with an actual pass, and so if we do now. Yeah, sure, now. Meanwhile, Rejection is the leader, and we don't really know if we need and or want that. Vert is fighting for his right to challenge Rejection up there, along with Twin Mill. Cannot overlook that thing's top speed at all. Twin Mill was about to try that? Alright. We're gonna have to derail out a braking zone, but Govner just seems to want to lie in wait. Tempest kind of, if for some reason Govner were targeting Dusty Angel, which I don't know if he is or not. Tempest will probably prevent that from possibly happening here. However, he will get instead run off the road by him. Very far off the road by him. So Dusty is clearly now, if it wasn't before, aware of just how Govner's driving style has been as of late. I don't really know what's gotten into him. Maybe 16 was, maybe the Golden Touch tried to sort of set him up as the bruiser, while the much less competent vehicles that the other three have are the ones that are supposed to do the racing, which seems like a very not good plan, based on how well it isn't working. Tempest, unsurprisingly, is completely out. Absolute shock probably played a bit of a role in that, as well as car damage and just overall location after, you know, processing what had just transpired. at that moment. They're about dead even when it comes to top speed. Tunnel and Rejection are rather even, but Rejection, having modern suspension, is just so much more effective in turns than Tunnel and his old, literally, like, semi-centennial aged suspension system that doesn't exactly have, of course, the most advanced technology under it. Govner had a problem, it seems. Burn isn't having any of his nonsense and just lets him go. How were they this close? The heck? That's where he destroyed Tempest. I didn't really have a problem, he was just outrun by Burn. And again, as we go into the turn, Burn just sort of moves out of the way like, no, I'm good, don't do that. That should be relatively easy for him. Burn is not giving Govner an easy time. And make it seem like anybody else would, or even should for that matter. These corners and overall acceleration, Twinwheel just cannot react, or doesn't have an answer for Rejection in any shape or form. Metacog, despite this not really being a crossbow course, is doing decently well. Now someone's gonna get... Nope. Govner was too far away to hit anybody if he wanted to, which... I don't know, I have to imagine he wants to, but just, like, he couldn't. So this is not a track for this car at all. Poor old Sloopy Doo down there. He appears for the first time in like 4 games and he can't even do anything. Dusty is likely to score at least 4th place by the end of this event. I don't know if a podium is on the cards, but we should be able to catch and probably pass Revenge for sure, and maybe Shadow. This is interesting to see. Metacog and Burn, 2 cars I didn't think I'd see going too wide here at all. Govner manages to stay off of their rear bumpers, surprisingly. Albeit probably so they can just get into them at a later date. Even with your crazy old car braking techniques, I don't think that's gonna get back to Rejection. I don't think, Unless, like, Dusty really kicks it into high gear, I don't think anyone else can really win this race. They're dead even as they reach the corner, but I think the better handling will see Dusty sufficiently pass him. No, he's still there. Of course, Dusty Angel has the better acceleration, and now he's in the rear view. Surprisingly, Govner gained positions, and he didn't have to run Metacog, Burn, or anyone else out of the way for it. Yeah, this race has suddenly become not nearly as interesting as it once was. I keep like zoning out for like 10-20 seconds and then waking up and being like, what? What did I miss? Absolutely nothing. This race has become a snooze festival and rejection is basically already won. I could probably snooze and I would miss nothing else. The only problem being the recording is going to go too long, because once I fall asleep I'll probably stay asleep for at least another 20 minutes. And there is pretty much exactly that remaining in recording time right now. So if it isn't the sudden noise of a loud vehicle in my ears, it's actually sometimes I'll have like really brief dreams and I'll realize something that doesn't make any sense. And then that'll be like I found the loophole, I found the cinema sin, and that woke me up. Like, logic. As I projected, Dusty managed to make it to 4th. He will not get to... He might get to 3rd, actually. I didn't think he'd be that close to Wheeler. Burn seems like he may be stuck in 7th. He might get 6th if he's lucky out of Shadow, but odds aren't terribly high, if I'm honest. Dusty Angel has the position now. And given that top speed, or really it's the acceleration difference, but I think he will keep it. Oh yeah, Dusty Angel is out of here. Burn does sneak 6th from Shadow. Can he get 5th from Revenge? He tries every possible attack. And I think he's found the one that'll work. So Rejection does win, though closer than before. Twin Mill was still there. But those two were in a different time zone compared to everybody else. Metacog scoring at what is arguably the worst track for his car. And Alex, the final person to be able to score in the race. As Tempest has been governed, like, completely. Dusty Angel, as perhaps not much of a surprise, had the fastest lap time. And we now move on to what will be the final part of Act 9 in the next episode. When we end off with Imola, classic Monza, the road course, under the oval part though. And end off at Spa. And as for who can win and who can't, even though really it's only between Burn, Dusty, and arguably Twin Mill if he has some good luck. We have to be within 45 points of the leader right now, so Vert on down cannot. So basically it was just Vert and Metacog that got eliminated in that round. For Alex and the Governor to win, one or the other would have to win like all 3 races, and if Dusty scores 2 points between all of them, they're screwed. Or like more than 2, then they can only tie. So basically, if Dusty Angel even gets 7th place in one race, which I'm pretty sure is the lowest finish other than Brands Hatch, where the snap happened, is like probably 4th or 5th, meaning logic dictates that's not going to happen. Technically, Burn can take the lead from one race, but it would require Dusty to not get in the top 10 at all. So anyway, before I fall asleep again, because I feel like I probably ended up with like 2 or 3 minutes without commentary there, as I was just struggling to remain awake long enough. See you, I guess, assumingly tomorrow night, assuming I don't completely forget about it or something.